Alright, so today we'll be taking a look at the second blind play video, Defending with a Call. And I do apologize that this has been a little while in the coming. I know some people were looking forward to this video, and there have been a couple of videos in between. I think the plan in the future will be to do this video, and then the next heads-up reverse coaching video, and then I'll probably move on to the third video. These PowerPoint presentations do take quite a bit longer to prepare than a normal video might take, so I certainly probably won't be doing these all the time, though I believe this is an excellent way to present some concepts, and I certainly do have some future videos beyond this series that I hope to take advantage of with PowerPoint as well. And so moving on here with this particular video, the stuff that we're going to be taking a look at today is not going to be quite as mathematically justified as the stuff in the stealing the blinds video. I had originally thought of a couple methods for translating the data I had for defending the big blind and heads up, where I do have a lot of data about defending the big blind, to 6 max play, and unfortunately none of those methods really worked out or were too appealing. And so while the biggest question that many people may have is, well, how many hands should I defend with? Again, I won't have a concrete answer, and so what we're going to take a look at is going to take more of a focus on when to adjust your range, what's going to have a big impact, what's going to have a small impact, so on and so forth, and then move on to some post-flop tips. When you are defending the big blind against a steal, I would suggest that you do defend with a fairly wide range of hands and probably lean towards being too loose instead of too tight. It's very hard to be too loose defending your blinds. I would say a good starting point, even at the low limits, where the rake is quite high, would be maybe the top 60% of your hands, and certainly in higher limits in good situations. You can maybe play as much as the top 85% of your hands out of the big blind, even against somebody who's only stealing with maybe 45-50% of their hands. And so rather than focus on that, however, we're going to look at the stuff that causes adjustments. The first thing to note is that adjustments in your opponent's range are not necessarily going to have a large impact on how much you adjust yours. To kind of get an easy feel for this, if you go ahead and open up Poker Stove and input, say, a range of the top 60% or whatever range you would typically defend with, and then give your opponent the top 40% and look at your hot-cold expectation, and then go ahead and change it to him having his top 50% or his top 30%, and then go ahead and look. What you'll notice is that there isn't necessarily a huge difference in your hot-cold expectation. While hot-cold, again, does not have too much to do with poker, it is important to remember or is an easy way to realize that it, again, doesn't have too much of an impact. So if your opponent does, again, drop 5% of his hands, or maybe 10% of his hands, which is 25% of his range, you're not going to go ahead and drop 25% of your range. You might not even drop 10% of your range. And again, the adjustments will be much